My name is Will Barton, and I am the lead analyst at High Dividend Opportunities, the #1 income investing group on Seeking Alpha. Thank you for watching our Income Method Picks series, where we take a look at investments we have recommended to our community of income investors. Today's pick is Liberty All-Star Equity Fund, ticker USA, a diversified closed-end management investment company. USA is designed to give investors broad equity exposure while paying an annualized yield of over 10%. What makes it different is the structure. Instead of relying on one manager or one style, USA uses 3 value managers and 2 growth managers, giving the fund a mix of perspectives rather than concentrating decision-making. The result is a portfolio that leans about 60% toward value, with the rest focused on growth. When it comes to investment style, USA is built as a core large-cap equity fund, but with a clear tilt toward more reasonably valued companies. That matters in a market that has become heavily concentrated in a handful of expensive growth names. USA owns around 140 positions, and even the top 20 holdings only make up a little over a third of the portfolio. Yes, names like Nvidia, Alphabet, and Microsoft are in the fund, but the portfolio is still far less concentrated than the S&P 500. The sector breakdown tells a similar story. USA still has meaningful exposure to tech, financials, healthcare, and industrials, so it looks broadly comparable to a large-cap U.S. equity fund. But underneath that, it is positioned more toward value and diversification than the market cap-weighted index. That helps explain recent performance. In a market driven by AI enthusiasm and a narrow group of stocks, USA has lagged the most concentrated growth-heavy benchmarks. But that does not mean the portfolio has become less valuable. The market has discounted value-oriented exposure, even while USA's underlying NAV has remained stable. That is where the variable distribution becomes important. USA follows a policy of paying out roughly 10% of NAV per year in quarterly installments of 2.5%. That means the payout can vary, but it also means investors are receiving substantial cash flow tied to the actual value of the fund. Over longer periods, USA has shown it can maintain and grow while still making sizable distributions. So the real opportunity here is not just the yield, it is the combination of diversified equity exposure, a balanced value and growth approach, and a market discount that may be giving investors the chance to buy assets for less than they are worth. For investors looking for a diversified equity fund with an annualized yield over 10% and a structure that is less concentrated than the major indexes, Liberty All-Star Equity Fund is worth serious consideration. For more details on this ticker and other ideas like it, consider subscribing to High Dividend Opportunities, the #1 investing group on Seeking Alpha.